On May 23rd, we are going to have a beautiful full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, full moons, they bring about endings and closures and culminations. They reveal things that we do not see normally in the daylight. So at this time, you're probably going to have a clear picture of some things that you need to be more fully aware of, that you've been lacking or that's been missing in your lives, particularly related to learning, studying, adventure, travel, communicating, sharing of ideas, and sharing of experiences. Now, this Sun in Gemini and Sagittarius Moon polarity is about the mental axis of our life, where Gemini represents the lower mind and Sagittarius represents the higher mind. So the Sun in Gemini encourages us to think logically, and Sagittarius Moon really pushes us to think in a broader sense of things. Sagittarius is the symbol of the quest for the learning or the meaning of life, and it's about knowledge and ideas and experiences. It wants us to expand on the here and now. Gemini is really comfortable in the immediate environment in which it's at, and it's about becoming complacent. So Sagittarius is stimulating us to have this, wanting to have this venture to go beyond what we already know. Now, since this full moon is about all types of communication, our attitude, our sense of adventure, Sagittarius is thoughts, ideas, communication, travel, connecting with these cross-cultural experiences, and it wants to bring about an understanding in a broader sense. So there's been something that's been building in each of us that now is the time that the energy is now going to demand that we let things out, that are revealed, that there's some culminations and some endings. So over the next 2 weeks, you're really going to discover what this means for you. You can sit on your feelings, but the full moon is really going to make it uncomfortable that you just have to be able to express them. This full moon, it really can illuminate the conflict between logic and intuition and faith and belief and your feelings in regards to other people. It's illuminating this in each of our lives, and everyone is on a different path. So these new feelings, these revelations that we are having, they're emotional ones. The full moon is our feelings, our intuition. And so there's this sense of our emotions that are spilling over or bursting forth into our consciousness. So it's going to be a time that we're going to want to express ourselves and to let some things out, to be able to reveal. Now, the full moon is working in this beautiful harmonious aspect to Neptune and Pluto. I absolutely love this full moon. And the sun has recently been aligned with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So there's so much energy bringing together good fortune, the possibility of adventure, along with inspiration and determination, that whatever you're working on, it wants to help you see some things through. Hi, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your full moon in Sagittarius 2024 astrology forecast for all 12 signs. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Now let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, you have the Sun really focusing on your third house of how you communicate, who you communicate with, topics that revolve around siblings and neighbors and science and technology, and really taking in information and disseminating the information, sharing it with how am I building relationships with people. The full moon that you have some types of ending is occurring in your ninth house. Now, the ninth house revolves around topics that have to do with philosophies, beliefs, taking a class, taking a workshop, publishing, things that involve legal matters. So we know that there can be some type of an ending with your ideas, your thoughts, this broader sense. What's in this beautiful aspect is the sun is in a harmonious aspect to Pluto and a trine, and then Pluto is also in a sextile to the moon. And we have the moon in a trine with Neptune, and the planet of Neptune is in a sextile to the sun. So we are really bringing in this culmination of all these planets wanting to work together. Pluto is the planet of transformation, death, and reformation, and it's currently retrograde. So meaning it's going back over an area of your life saying, this is what you need to work on. It's literally concentrating on quickly, let's bring this together. This is like a hard and fast area that has to do with your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, who you are networking with, and saying, let's bring this in alignment. Neptune being in your 12th house, the 12th house has everything to do with self-sabotage and hidden enemies, but it also has to do with dreams, intuition, where you are connecting to your higher, your divine, your inner healing, the transcendence, the deep journeys, meditating, yoga, where we tap in. Now, I'm looking at this only as a positive because all of these planets are trying to work together to say, let's bring in the polarity of what you know, what you feel, what you believe. Align yourself with your dreams, your goals. Who are you networking with? I do also want to bring in the Jupiter-Venus conjunction because it's happening at 29 degrees. It's an anaretic degree. It's like in the final degrees, ready to move on. And it's totally activating your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, saying, look, we need to bring this in focus. We need to bring some abundance in this area of our life. Venus represents love and beauty and money, and Jupiter is really trying to expand everything. This is from the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, and it's just passing through it saying, whatever your new moon was, now we can start to bring into culmination some of these topics that are around using thoughts, ideas, encouraging you to think logically and to expand your mind and say, all right, this is where I can finish this class. This is where I can finish this project. This is where I can dive into a new class, a new workshop, having something published, using this science, using this technology, really focusing in on what does it mean for you in the long run, bringing together the topics of good fortune, inspiration, and determination for what you want to accomplish. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, the Sun is focused on your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your skill set. It's really illuminating topics that you need to be focused on for the here and the now, asking you to be very logical and determined with what you want to do. The Moon is in your resources sector of what you share with others. This is in contracts with business partners, significant others, exes with alimony and child support. It's your shared debt. The 8th house represents inheritances, wills, obligations, debts, taxes. So there could be a culmination, an ending of, yes, I'm paying this off, or yes, the money is now coming in, or yes, I now understand this in a broader sense, what I have to do. The 8th house is also the house of psychological and deep bonding that we have with, it can be family members. It can be who you have these joint ventures or connections with on a more expanded basis. Now, what's really going to support you with this is there's a trine and a sextile to Neptune and a trine and a sextile to Pluto that's stationed retrograde. So Pluto retrograde really forcing you to say, let's go back. now that it's retrograde, is let's go back because I want to focus on my career, my job, myself as a like what I want to leave as a legacy. The 10th house represents a promotion, success, responsibilities, authority figures, you being seen as an authority figure, literally having you go back over your resource sector and your skill set, your income, anything that has to do with money or your financial condition. Now, it's in a harmonious aspect of a sextile to the 8th house of how can I benefit from the investments that I've made with other people. Now, Neptune is dreams and beliefs in your 11th house of your social circles, your networks, the people that you have aligned yourself with that have to do with teams, peers, groups, and who and what you want to connect with either through work or through pleasure. Now, it's in a sextile to the sun, which is harmonious, and a trine to the moon, really bringing in I can make this happen with these groups or these networks of where I have aligned myself. I can now follow through with good fortune that involves inspiration and determination in order to see these things through. The other positive aspects that are going on is Jupiter is now conjunct Venus at 29 degrees. 29 is the anaretic degree of it's ready to leave your first house of self. It has done a lot of work there, expanding, disrupting, changing, evolving who you are. And now it's ready to say, I'm ready to offer you some good fortune, and with love and beauty and money and your resources, as these are getting ready to move into the sign of Gemini, offering you this opportunity to look at everything that's aligned with positive good fortune about what you want to expand upon for the here and now, and moving this forward to way beyond of how can I use this resource not just for now, but for what else can come to me later. Full moon in your 8th house is truly this opportunity to finalize some things that have to do with resources that you share with other people. And so this could be an ending of contracts or negotiations, or a reaping of the rewards of these contracts. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, the Sun is all about you, focused on you, your first house of self. It's your business. It is your outlook. It is, I always say, it's like your business card or your website, your vitality, your habits, your strength. The Sun is focused on you and what you are communicating, you socializing, wisdom, knowledge, things that you are like the here and the now. Now, the full moon is bringing about some kind of endings or closures, some culmination of this could be with partnership, with clients, one-on-one relationships with best friends, significant others. There could be a person who's moving away. There could be somebody who no longer needs your service. The 7th house literally represents you and your one-on-one relationships. Now, this is a beautiful aspect because we have Neptune in a harmonious aspect and Pluto. Both of these planets are talking to the sun and the moon. The Neptune is in a sextile and also in a trine to the moon, and Pluto is in a sextile to the moon and in a trine to the sun. So both of them are offering added benefits. Pluto being stationed retrograde at the time is going back over some areas of your life that have to do with these experiences that you have with other people, foreign people, places, things, publishing, journaling, taking classes, taking workshops, and an area of your life that has to do with legal matters or or imports or exports or adventure. It has you going back over and laser focused on areas of working through, encouraging you to say, I need to not just think logically, but I need to think in a broader terms or in broader sense, and incorporate and integrate the energy of what's going on in my immediate environment. Now, Neptune is beliefs and dreams, is at the top of your chart, having your focus on not just your career path, but it's your responsibilities, your achievement. The 10th house represents your public life of you being you being seen. It's the top of your chart of you being seen as an authority figure or your public reputation. And so it's working with your sun, saying what I say is important, how I bring about this information. It has to be facts. It cannot be just gossip. And who I'm connected with, other authority figures, or this could be an ending of one type of a relationship in order to take this relationship to a different level, or whatever's going on with you to a different level. The quest for wisdom, knowledge, of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, of traveling, studying, your career, your life path where you want to make your mark on society, and then bringing in together one more aspect of Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter had a conjunction with Uranus, and Jupiter is considered to be the great benefic during the day, and then Venus is at night. So we have these two planets at 29 degrees. It's an anaretic degree that makes it very pivotal, very important, all saying, let's work together. Let's offer abundance. The 12th house represents the house where we are isolated, where we go within to get information, dreams, intuition, your subconscious mind, transcendence into inner healing, taking the deep journey. The 12th house for you, because this is in a harmonious aspect, is liberation and freedom of now I can connect this world with the ethereal realm or the spiritual realm. And Jupiter and Venus are both going to be moving into your first house of self, really bringing the attention onto who you are transforming and becoming by using all of your gifts and talents, not just the wisdom and knowledge of right now, pushing you outside of where you have been comfortable and now saying, I cannot be only focused on my immediate environment. I have to move beyond. And what does beyond look like for me? So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, you have the Sun focused on your 12th house, really making you more introspective or paying attention to where you have gone within, and you're doing the inner work, paying attention to your dreams, focused in on past lives or the Akashic records, or connection to your ancestors or angels or spirit guides, really going within or studying privately, connected to topics that you might want to study alone. This could be astrology, palmistry, past life regressions, anything that you might not want to do outside. Now, the ending comes with a closure of something that has to do with 6th house topics, which have to do with your daily habits, your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. So this could mean that I no longer need the services of that counselor, that mentor. This could mean the 6th house represents everything that has to do with nutrition, illness, alternative health. So finding a solution to some health problems that maybe I have had. I love this in that there's all of these other planets that are working for solutions to support. We have Neptune in a harmonious aspect, and we have Pluto. So let's talk about Neptune first. Neptune is in a sextile to the Sun, offering guidance there, and it's in a trine to the Moon. Pluto is in a trine to the Sun, and it's in a sextile to the Moon. So working together. Neptune and Pisces in your ninth houses, I want to understand other people through different cultures. I want to understand different religions, thoughts, ideas, beliefs. What does this have to offer? I want to connect with foreign people, places, and things, studying. I want to understand all of this with publishing or journaling or legal matters, wanting to understand all of these topics. And then how do I bring this into my 12th house with the things that I do in the dark? And then the 6th house of how can this help me with my daily habits? Like, do I make meditation a daily habit? Do I make seeking out chiropractic care or a sound bath or yoga, or do I make this a daily practice? What are alternative health and healing opportunities that are out there to support you? Now, Pluto has recently stationed retrograde, going back over your 8th house of the resources that you share with others, the house of deep psychological connections that you have with other people. Now, this can be with marital partners, business partners, exes. This could have with specific family members. Pluto is saying it's time to shed another layer, and I'm going to offer you the opportunity to dive deep. Pluto is not afraid to go to the underworld. The Sun, being in your 12th house, has a focus on transcendence through inner healing. So we know that these two planets are working together, and the Pluto being in this sextile to your Moon is offering you an opportunity to say, I need to combine who I am on the inside with who I am on the outside, building this communication between my inner and my outer, offering this good fortune with, I want to talk about one more thing, good fortune of Jupiter and Uranus abundance. So Jupiter just had this conjunction with Uranus. Jupiter is the Santa Claus of the Zodiac. It's happy, it's joyful, it offers abundance. And so wherever it's the great benefic. Venus offers abundance. So now we have, but it's about uniting, bringing together love, money. And so Venus and Jupiter together are offering this great opportunity to have this good fortune. At 29 degrees is the anaretic degree. It's ending. It's saying, I am ready to end this chapter and push forth anew. It is in your 11th house of who you connect up with, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. Who do you align with? Your star family. It's people that you share same beliefs with, and this could be peers, and this could also be who you, like work associates. It's who you gather with in order to move forward with things that you want to do. And this could be, so you taking a class with them, you aligning better with your best and highest good. So now we have this full moon illuminating your sense of adventure, the sense of, I want to understand, I want to try this, bringing about some kind of an ending or a culmination to something that you've been working through. And now Jupiter and Venus moving into your 12th house is going to say, I not only need to understand that, I not only need to clear out that there's so much more that I can do. I just need to, I need to tap into it. The 12th house is rest, retreat, intuition. It's the Akashic records. It's astral travel, astral projection, angels, guides. And so Jupiter and Venus are going to be moving into this saying, I can tap into the ethereal realm and connect it to my earthly realm, and how do I go about doing this for sharing it with others. It's just good fortune. Like, all of this is about inspiration and determination in order to move forward with what you want to do, Cancer. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, the Sun is now moving through your 11th house, really drawing your attention to your goals, your networks. This could be people that you work with. This is people that you align with or who you want to communicate with, either for volunteering or for shared, how you connect with other people, places, and things for shared beliefs, it's your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. And so the Sun has you really communicating, really focused on the here and now, about who should I align with, what group should I join, the 11th house is not only that, but it's shared beliefs, social circles. I call it like your star family or your kindred spirits of people that you want to share space with. So the Sun here is really saying, I'm ready for some adventure. I'm ready to connect with other people that are like-minded, to gossip, share information, gather information. Now, the full moon is occurring in your 5th house of children, where we take risks, art, music, creativity. So there could be some kind of ending that has to do with your children, either graduating, moving out, getting married, something that's bigger with them, or it could be ending of a project or an activity or something that you're working on. Now, the harmonious aspect that's supporting all of this is Neptune and Pluto. So Neptune is in a sextile to the Sun and in a trine to the Moon. Pluto is in a trine to the Sun and in a sextile to the Moon. All of these aspects are really pushing forth the inspiration, the love. Neptune at 29 degrees in Pisces is my beliefs, my hope, my watery intuition in the house of who I share resources with, who I network with. The 8th house it's wanting to have deep bonding. It's where I'm ready to talk about these taboo topics. It's the house of deep psychological birth, death, and rebirth transformation opportunities. And so it's talking to and assisting not only the Sun, which is your outward appearance, but your Moon, your inward, your feelings, and offering this link of feeling in tune to this energy. Now, Pluto is currently retrograde. It is now going back over an area of your chart that has to do with partnerships, your connection to business partners, significant others, clients, best friends, significant others, love, contractual agreements. Now, it's really hyper-focused on, I want you to focus on this agreement. I want you to focus on this contract. The mental axis of not just the here and now, but thinking logically, but the higher mind. And so that it's not just knowledge and ideas, but we need to expand upon more than just the here and now, not just our immediate environment. And where have I become complacent? Where do I need to stretch way beyond? Having a full moon in the 5th house really offers an ending with where I have recently taken a risk and now where I need to tune into some new things or welcome these new opportunities that are going to be coming forth. Full moons are like bubbling over or filling up and saying, I'm ready to let these things out. I'm ready to reveal. I'm ready to share. One more aspect is that's supporting all of this is Jupiter and Venus. Now, Jupiter was in a conjunction with Uranus, really shaking up your 10th house of your career, your job, your legacy, you being seen as an authority figure, something that has to do with your public life, your success, your personal responsibilities in the outside world. Venus here is offering money, beauty, love, resources. Like they're combining it together to have you focus on a quest for meaning, knowledge, beauty, your personal resources, authority figures, your public life, your public reputation. What skill set do you have to bring, and what connections do you have in order to manifest this? This is you putting all the puzzle pieces together, and the universe is really aligning, saying, let's have an ending here, and let's really bring about this culmination and have you pursuing things in a broader sense of pulling together. It's like weaving everything together and pulling it all together so it makes sense to you. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, the Sun is illuminating the top of your chart. It's all about you and your career, things that you want to manifest. This is your responsibilities, your achievements, anything that could be business related or professional life. Think like illuminating, this is what I want to achieve. This is how I want to be known. The Sun has you focused on the here, the now, your thoughts, your ideas, and getting the information out there. The ending, the culmination, has to do with the moon. The moon is at the bottom of your chart, so we know that the focus has been on family, traditions. It could be real estate and property. It could be something that has to do with ending some things that have to do with your personal foundation. A child could be moving out. You have less responsibilities at home. You are streamlining some things at home, so it just makes sense and it makes it easier for you. Ending maybe working on your home, like these projects that you have been like cleaning out the closets or streamlining your home life, making some things easier. Now, everything that's supporting all of this moving forward action has to do with Neptune and Pluto. So Neptune in your 7th house is in a sextile to your Sun, offering harmonious benefits, and in a trine to the moon. Now, Neptune, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, the people that you are connected with, and your partners, your significant others, clients, your best friends, love. The 7th house also represents negotiations and cooperations, and using beautiful words and having these connections that you foster now come into fruition. How is this supporting you with where you want to go, with career and job and home? Now, Pluto is recently just stationed retrograde, is in a trine with your Sun, and is in a sextile with your moon, also offering this boost of let's go back and refocus on transformation. Pluto stationing retrograde is your daily habits. It is how do you take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. It's the mundane things that we do on a daily basis. And it's finding a balance between work and home. How are you making things easier for you in your daily life? How are you streamlining things? Jupiter and, the Sun and the Moon being in Gemini and Sagittarius is my lower mind and my higher mind needing to work together, not on the here and now, but just how can I take what I know now and expand it and venture out. Jupiter really says, let's not just do it here, let's expand it. How do I expand? Do I take a class? Do I take a workshop? Do I travel there? How can I do all of this? And how do I make it easier on myself? Because I'm only one person. Now, Jupiter and Venus are also at 29 degrees. It's an anaretic degree that's really important. It's an ending of the Taurus cycle moving into Gemini. I absolutely love this because Jupiter was conjunct to Uranus, offering you this freedom, this liberation of shaking up some things in your life. And now Jupiter is merging with Venus, love, beauty, bringing people together, resources, cash, property. And this is these cross-cultural experiences, publishing things, legal matters, taking that class, taking that workshop, traveling there. This is working with the sun, really saying, I can do this for my job, my career, my public reputation. I can bring all of this together. It's in my wheelhouse. The universe is now going to support me with all of these opportunities of good fortune, with inspiration and determination, and where I still need to transform and align for my better, higher good. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra, Sun, and Libra rising, the Sun is illuminating your 9th house of you wanting to travel, you wanting to connect with other people, these cross-cultural experiences of trying new food and meeting new people and taking a class and taking a workshop, publishing something, journaling about something, legal matters. The 9th house really has you diving into everything that has to do with prophetic dreams and visions and wanting to understand different perspectives of people. Now, the moon is where you're having this culmination, this ending, this aha moment of a spilling over of sorts. The moon in your 3rd house is your connection with people that in your immediate vicinity. So it's like building relationships with neighbors and siblings and cousins. It's where we take in the information from classes and workshops that are close by, and it's traveling close by. So this could have an ending to being here and now taking things on a broader scale elsewhere, or taking a class and going to go visit, or a workshop. It's you extending beyond the here and now. Now, what is supporting all of this is we have Pluto is in a harmonious aspect with a sextile to your moon and a trine to your sun, saying, I'm offering you all of these benefits. Let's make this happen. And Neptune. Neptune is also in a harmonious aspect. Neptune is trining your moon, and it is in a sextile to the sun, really bringing those topics. Neptune is the vision, the dream, the let's merge together, bringing support that has to do with what do you do on a daily basis. It's also finding a mentor, finding a guide. It's taking care of your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. But the 6th house is also my relationship with coworkers, my relationship with self-care. It's pets, it's your job, it's your workplace, it's nutrition, and it's saying, how do I bring all of this wisdom and knowledge together? Who do I support myself with? Like, who do I need to put into place, or what do I need to put into place? And how can I also share this with other people? The 6th house is where I am of service to others. Now, Pluto is recently stationed retrograde. Pluto is the planet of birth, death, rebirth, and transformation. Going backwards is saying, I need to go back over this area of your life to really magnify the attention of taking a risk. It's children, childlike activities, art, music, creativity, love affairs, investments. The 5th house represents where we seek out fun, joy, romance. It's the house of hobbies, and how can I use these topics for making what I'm doing fun, joy, and pleasurable for myself every day. And who do I share these with? The fifth house I look at as adult playmates. Like, who am I spending my time with doing things that I really want to enjoy? So you know that you are bringing in your lower mind of taking classes and workshops and traveling and pursuing wisdom and knowledge that's far beyond, like expanding things and seeing the bigger picture, having some type of an ending, and now bringing in this opportunity to say, I have inspiration from Neptune, and I have this determination to still transform and go back over, like fine tune and tweak this area. Now, one other thing that's also supporting is Jupiter and Venus. It's at 29 degrees. They are conjunct together, really merging their energy. Jupiter is the great benefic during the day. Venus offers for the night sect. So we know that Jupiter, wanting to offer abundance and joy and gifts. Venus, wanting to bring together people, love, beauty, money, and skill set, resources. And so the two of these together in your eighth house of your shared resources knows that whatever you are doing, you are looking for this a culmination of resources that you share with other people that could be alimony, child support, debt, wills. This is also the house of deep psychological transformation. It's also private affairs, taboo topics. And so bringing all of this together really has you expanding. What do you want to do? Who do you want to do this with? How do you want to seek out a sense of adventure? This is going to mean that you are going to be integrating, what do I want to do now? What do I want to do to expand my mind? Who do I want to do it with? Bringing logic, intuition, faith, belief, the people that I am deeply connected with, and how I do this on a daily basis in a harmonious way, in order for you to have this inspiration and determination to see things through. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, the Sun really has you focused on your shared resources sector, paying off debt. Will I receive this money in from benefits from taxes, inheritances, will, or your resources that you literally have connected to other people. It can be alimony, child support, debt with an X, or it can be with your business partner, with your significant other. It can also be with partners like family members that you share these resources with. And it's really illuminating other people's money, value, debt, and having you focused on an ending that has to do with your debt. What are you doing? How can you use these resources to pay off your personal debt? Or are you selling off something? Your second house represents your money, your movable property, your resources, your skill set, your salary, your talents, your attitude towards money, your work ethic. Your second house represents your financial condition. And so there will be some type of an ending or a culmination that you can use these other resources to help you with your personal resources. Now, the planets that are here to support you are Pluto and Neptune, really wanting to push along everything that you're doing. Pluto is in a sextile to your moon in your second house, and Pluto is in a trine to your sun. Neptune is in a sextile to the sun and in a trine to the moon. So both of these planets really have a focus on Neptune, my children, where I'm ready to take a risk, being creative, philosophy of belief and harmonious, my connection to spirit, and needing to have these healthy boundaries, working with my son with resources that I share with other people and my own personal resources. Pluto has recently stationed retrograde, having you go back over your third house of your relationship with your siblings, your neighbors, your cousins. The third house is where you build relationships. It's where you take in information and disseminate information. It's thoughts, ideas, communication. And this is in your fourth house of your home, your family. Your fourth house represents your real estate, your property, your traditions, but it's also those people that feel like family, or literally those people that shaped you. So we know that you're going to be revamping, reviewing, rethinking, birth, death, rebirth, for a transformation, your connections with people that have to do with your home in order to better benefit you with your personal finances and your shared resources with others. Remember that Gemini and Sagittarius is the mental axis where it's my lower mind and my higher mind of I need to think logically. I need to work this out of not just for today, but for persuading you to, I need to think in a broader sense of just the here and now, of long-term down the road. Looking at, like, it's a quest for wisdom and knowledge and expanding your ideas, seeking out information that will help you not just for not right now, but like to understand things in a bigger light. Somebody who knows better, somebody who can support you with this, and bringing that person to you. Now, what is really supporting you and all of this is Jupiter and Venus conjunct in your seventh house of partnership. Jupiter has recently been in a conjunction with Uranus, really shaking up who are your friends, your partnership, clients. It's love, contractual agreements. The seventh house represents you in negotiation and cooperation with other people that are in your life. It's your 1+1 house. Now, Jupiter is very solid in the sign of Taurus, and it wants to expand. It's the great benefic, the gift of the Zodiac. Venus is about love, money, resources, and uniting and bringing together. Together, Jupiter and Venus want to bring together partnership, clients, relationships, healing things, bringing together, how can I have this culmination, this ending? Who do I need to be connected with? Who do I need to, how do I get this inspiration? Together, this energy is really about bringing good fortune to some type of an ending in order for there to be a new beginning with inspiration and determination that brings in the partnership sector of your life. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, the Sun is illuminating your seventh house of partnerships, love, relationships, the way that you communicate with all relationships that are one-on-one. So this can be best friends, significant others, clients, and marital partners. So we know that the written or the unwritten, the negotiation, the compromise, and the cooperation, all of those topics with you using thoughts and ideas and communicating with everybody, like literally it's you with somebody else in your life. And the full moon is occurring in your first house of self. So we know that there's something that's ending within you. This is about your power, your self-expression. This could have you ending something that has to do with a business or a website or something, a project that you've started, ending some habits, like ending a habit, something that has to do with health, happiness, like putting an end to one thing and moving on to something else, the way that you're communicating these ideas with other people. What's assisting you and making this really good is Pluto in Aquarius and Neptune in Pisces. So with this transit, we have Pluto in Aquarius that's in a sextile, harmonious aspect, and a trine to your sun. And then Neptune is doing the same thing. but in reverse. Neptune is offering the sextile to the sun and the trine to the moon. So we now have these two planets offering the sun and the moon. So who you are, your intentions, your feelings, bringing in your higher mind and your lower mind, your right now thoughts and ideas, and then the broader perspective of where are you with teaching classes, taking classes, traveling, understanding, like learning knowledge, publishing, journaling, all of these topics that have to do with you and sharing this information and gathering the information. And then we throw in Neptune and Pluto. So Neptune is in your fourth house of your home, your family, your foundation, people who feel like family. This can be property and real estate. But the fourth brings in the topics of property, traditions, ancestors. It's in a harmonious aspect to both of these, bringing in inspiration and belief and thought and feelings and wanting to be connected with others. Neptune in Pisces is watery, intuitive, and it's moving with the flow of both of these. It's like bringing them together, merging them in your mind, and doing it for your best and highest good. Now we have Pluto. Pluto has recently stationed retrograde in your third house of communication, science, technology, the way that you communicate with other people, siblings, cousins, neighbors. This is also short distance travel, and it's forms of technology and science, and then integrating these ideas into your daily life. So we now have Pluto assisting you with what are you willing to get rid of, and what do you like, let's start fresh. Let's go back over an area. It'll be an intense area, but it's for your best and highest good. This could have you revamping or doing something with partnerships, with contracts, negotiations, in order for this to benefit you with what you are doing. Now, I want to bring in also the Jupiter and Venus conjunction. Jupiter is known as the Great Benefic, and Venus is for a night chart, Jupiter is for the day chart. So we have both of the benefics working together to say, let's offer abundance. Jupiter is the Santa Claus of the Zodiac, which gives you positive outcomes to everything. It's the idea of seeing the higher thought, the higher vision, and connecting and sharing with other people, and seeing and having belief in things that are not that are not tangible, that we know that are out there. Venus brings in the aspect of bringing people together. It's about merging. It's about love. It's money and your personal resources of beauty. And this could be art and creativity and music. So this is in a conjunction at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic degree of completion before it moves on. It's really important. So we have Jupiter and Uranus in your house of your daily habits and taking care of your health, your mental, physical, spiritual health, and where you are of service to other people. The sixth house represents all forms of self-care, and it's about ridding yourself of old habits and moving forward with abundance. The Sun and Gemini working together is wanting to understand and see things from a broader perspective and symbolizing what's going on with here and now. So changing and evolving who you are by your connections and your contracts with other people, that's bringing in definitely family members, or definitely people that feel like family members, or work associates, in that it's your relationship with how you say things, how you do things, how you use technology to communicate with others. And Jupiter in the Venus conjunction is offering you this balance between home and work and your relationship with your coworkers. It offers you a boost where you can be of service to others by taking in the knowledge that you know, because the sixth house is where we go to get support for what we want to either heal or work through. So it could be seeing a shaman, seeing a chiropractor, seeing a mental health practitioner, seeing somebody else who knows more than you to support you. And so these two coming together are, what can I do to help support you And this is where I have grown beyond. And so together, this is good fortune along with higher consciousness and a lot of inspiration and a lot of determination from Pluto to see things through that you are beginning at this time. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, the Sun has you focused on all topics that have to do with you taking care of yourself, your daily habits, how you can be of service to others, and possibly pets. The sixth house is your daily routine. It's your self-care. It's your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. And how are you thinking alternatively to nurture and care for yourself. Now, in the sign of Gemini, this is thoughts and ideas and going in many different directions in order to accomplish these skills. Now, the full moon, endings, closures, culminations, is occurring in your 12th house. The 12th house for you represents you being isolated, you being removed from public. This could be for healing, a healing journey. This could be for rehab. This could be for hospitalizations or any affliction. The 12th house is where we experience self-sabotage, but it's also where we need to work on ourselves and we're put on a pause. And so now we know that some things are going to be ending for you where you are going to be allowed to now come back out, or you're removing things from your subconscious mind that has you connected to like past life regressions, like understanding past lives or removing from karma. The 12th house is the higher belief, the higher thoughts, the higher connection to full moon bringing this ending. And so this could be a calming aspect of, I understand this because of this. I understand the here and now because I see the pattern, either with understanding where I've come from through what's been passed down from one generation to another because of DNA and cellular memory, or from understanding where I've done the shadow work, where I've done the work on the inside and I've done the like meditation or the spiritual retreats in order to connect to the divine, in order for me to clear out what is holding me back. Now, the other planets that are offering a lot of support are Pluto and Neptune. Now, Pluto is currently in retrograde, and it is in a sextile to the moon, and it's in a trine to the sun. Neptune is in a sextile to the sun and in a trine to the moon. Both of these planets are really offering all the abundance and the support that they possibly can in different ways to both the sun and the moon in this transit. So we have Neptune. Neptune is faith and belief and hope. And in the watery sign of Pisces is, I want to connect with others. I want to have this belief, this faith, this hope, that this inspiration. And the third house is the way you communicate with your neighbors and your siblings and taking these short distance trips. And with this is, I want to support you. I want to connect with you. This is all forms of science and technology and the ways that you communicate using variety of support through technology. And this could be improvement of phone or email or computer, or the way that you like streamlining some things for you. Now, Pluto stationed retrograde has you going back over in your second house of my self-worth, my cash, my property, my skill set. The second house is my finances, my resources, my salary, my income. What you are doing now is focusing on, how can I improve my daily work so that I'm finding a balance between my home and my work, that I'm building up a sustainable home, that I am supporting the family, I am supporting myself, that I'm using Gemini represents like your lower mind, your daily, like the thoughts of going here, doing this, like scattered from one topic to another. And Sagittarius is like seeing the bigger picture, bringing this together, saying that I have this quest for meaning and knowledge, not just for what's going on right now in my life, but to understand my past, to understand how this affects me now, and that I've been isolated, and that I have been working on myself, that all work and no play is not supporting anybody, and having this healthy balance between these areas of my life. Because the second house being your self-esteem, it's the people, places, and things that you need in order to make you feel secure, and surrounding yourself with those things. And so I love all of this together. Now, one other transit that's going on is Jupiter conjunct Venus. Now, Jupiter is known as the Great Benefic. Venus is is also offering gifts and abundance. So we have the two benefics together, offering support for whatever it is that you're starting. Jupiter offering, it's like the gift of the Zodiac. It makes everything bigger, brighter, better. And in the sign of Taurus, you have been working on this for the past year. It's in the 29th degree, which is an anaretic degree, saying it's in the final degrees, ready to transit over into another area of your life. So it's like the final degrees of this is what we have to push through with fun, pleasure, joy, creativity. The fifth house represents children, but it also represents where I take a risk, where I'm willing to gamble. It represents your investments and like art, music, creativity, who you're willing to invest in, what you're willing to invest in, all types of creativity. And usually in the sign of Taurus, it's about creating stability within your life with either finances or resources, or taking things and making sure that what I have is stable. Now, Venus, beauty, love, money. Are you going to be taking something and are you selling off what you have as extra? Venus here could also have you creating things that are beautiful. And what are you going to be doing with them? Are you going to be selling them? Are you going to be giving them away? How are you communicating to others the need for this? Jupiter and Venus together is going to be moving into your sixth house of, I need to create more fun, joy, pleasure. I need to clear out some things in my life and make this a daily habit. It's literally conjunct your sun, saying, I have these ideas and I'm ready to expand upon them. And it's about logic and intuition and belief and faith and hope, and Neptune bringing in the inspiration, and Pluto saying, I am determined to finish these things and bring this to fruition. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Aquarius, Sun and Aquarius rising, the Sun really has your focus on children, creativity, lovers, the place where in your life where you want to take a risk and you want to have these adult playmates in your life. The fifth house represents joy and romance and pleasure and how you express yourself either through creativity or through recreation. And in the sign of Gemini has your mind buzzing. I want to go here. I want to write this. I want to listen to this music. I want to, like, it's all over. Now the moon, where we have some endings, some closures, some projects that are coming to an end. The moon in the 11th house can have you ending some group affiliations, ending some projects. The 11th house represents your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your aspirations, but it's also who you connect with in order to achieve those. Now, this can be your connection to peers, it could be your star family, like your shared groups, teams that you belong to. It can also represent, like on your cell phone, like your Facebook groups or your Instagram groups. It's who you're following, who you're liking, those topics. Now, a full moon here means it's going to spill over and end. You might go through these topics and say, this no longer resonates with me, but I'm ready to find something new, because it's all going to be about thoughts and ideas and the mental axis of your life and bringing in new, bringing in more. Gemini representing your lower mind, and Sagittarius representing the higher mind of these cross-cultural experiences and wanting to travel here and wanting to understand or see the different sides or the different thoughts and ideas of religion and belief and publishing things and legal things. And so expanding your wisdom, your knowledge, and more than just what's going on right here and now, and wanting to venture beyond it. Now, what's assisting in this is you have Pluto and Neptune, both in harmonious aspects. So we have Neptune in a sextile to the sun, you, and in a trine to your moon, your feelings, your intuition. And then Pluto in a sextile to the moon and in a trine to the sun. So both of these planets are offering support to both the sun and the moon with what is transforming, what is evolving and growing within you. So we look at the Neptune. Neptune in Pisces is dreams and spirituality and religion and wanting to connect with other people, like on a soul level, in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources. Neptune wants to bring support for all of the things that will make you feel safe and secure. This can be your talents, your skill set, your income, your attitude towards like money or your personal resources. Now, Pluto is stationed retrograde, just has gone retrograde, and it's offering you this opportunity to take a really hard look, a magnified look, because it just is such a slow-moving planet that says, we need to focus on our appearance, our self, our power, our identity, like the first house represents your business card, your website, the projects that you start. It is all about you and your habits and your desires. Pluto stationing retrograde will have you going back over topics that will benefit you. What are some creative projects that you want to dive into? What are some group affiliations that you need to connect to? Like, end the mind-numbing sliding through things or flipping through things on your phone and dig into something that will support your mental, spiritual growth for your house of happiness and health and your self-expression. This is definitely an opportunity to shed the old and to integrate inspiration and determination. Neptune is that faith and that belief in you, yourself, your self-worth. And the first house has everything to do with your identity. Now, I want to bring in the Jupiter-Venus conjunction at 29 degrees. It's an anaretic degree. It's literally ready to leave your fourth house of home and move into your fifth house. It's ready to take all of this information and bump it into another area of your life, but it's magnifying it together. When the two planets collide, Jupiter is mind-blowing cross-cultural experiences. I want to travel here. I want to publish this. I need to do this. This is the gift. This is what I can offer. Venus is about love and beauty and uniting and money and beautiful things, fine things. Together within your house of home is, what can I do either from home, or how can my home support me with this abundance, this gift of who is here, how can this support me? The fourth house represents like real estate, property, traditions, and you've had this liberation from Jupiter and Uranus, like shaking some things up, and now we have this opportunity to grow abundantly the seeds that are planted in the ground at this time. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, the Sun is focused on all about home, all about anybody that lives in your home, your foundation, your real estate, your property. The fourth house represents traditions, but it represents like your personal life, people who feel like family and family who are there with you that have helped shape who you are. Now, the moon, having created some form of culmination, some kind of ending, is in your 10th house. This could be the ending of this path, or a retirement, or moving on from this in like something that has to do with your work or your reputation or your professional life, that could be business related. Like there could be a promotion involved, and saying, I'm now going to be moving on from this into this area of my life. The 10th house represents you being seen in the public eye from other people from a higher vantage point, meaning your social status or where you want to make your mark on society. And it's also the legacy that we want to leave behind. So having some type of ending here will have a culmination that is using your thoughts, your ideas of what's going on right now and what is next. The faith, the hope, the belief of something bigger. Sagittarius represents the higher mind of having faith and hope in what we don't know that is out there. It's the religion and philosophy and belief. Now, two other planets that are supporting this is Pluto and Neptune. The great thing about this transit is Pluto is in a harmonious sextile to the moon, and it's in a trine to the sun. And Neptune is in a trine to the moon and is in a sextile to the sun. So both of these planets are offering various forms of support to your sun and moon, who you are inside and out, like your soul's expression of who you are, and supporting you with integrating everything that's going on. Now, Neptune in your first house is all about, it's watery, it's intuitive, it's inspiration, it's Neptune is, I want to have a connection with you, but I want it to be on a spiritual connection, a spiritual quest. And so the first house is, those are your strengths, those are your habits, those are you being seen, and it's offering you this opportunity to be seen for who you really are, that this is your power, this is your self-expression of intuition and feelings and your personality and your appearance. I always say that the first house also represents like your business card and your website. So it's you showing other people that I want to be connected. I want my work and my home to be connected in a way that feels right and sits with me. Now, Pluto has recently stationed retrograde. Pluto is in your 12th house, going back over, like magnified energy, going back over where you have self-isolated, or you have isolated due to hospitalization or an affliction. The 12th house represents like institutions, but it also represents where we go to sit, to be alone, to tap into other realms. And so where we can connect with our angels or our guides, our ancestors. The 12th house represents our subconscious mind, where we sit with like yoga or meditation or dreaming, anything that's dream related. This could be the Akashic records or astral travel, astral projection. Pluto going back over this area is really saying, I am ready to transcend with this inner healing that people just cannot see with what's going on with you, the journey that you're on, and support you with bringing in alignment your home and your career, doing what's best for you and not what everybody else thinks is best for you. Now, one other conjunction that I want to talk about is Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter and Venus are together at 29 degrees. It's an anaretic degree that is really important because it's going to be ending a stage and then moving on to something new. And together they're merging their energy together to magnify it. Jupiter is the gift of the Zodiac. It's the great benefic. Venus is also a benefic, but she wants to unite. She wants to bring together for love or for beautiful things, money, resources. She wants everybody to be happy and be brought together for the greater good of all. And Jupiter and Venus in your third house is communication with siblings and neighbors and people that are closer to home. It's taking that short distance trip or that class or that workshop. The third house is how you build relationships. And so you are looking at building a relationship with somebody possibly closer to your home that benefits you with creating who am I at home and who am I for my job or my career. Who am I? And this is you evolving, transforming, and growing, using your higher mind and using your intuition and combining the two together for your best and highest good. So this is an opportunity for good fortune along with inspiration of Neptune that has to do with you and determination to see these things through that are going to be started and things that are ending, the culminations in order for new beginnings to start. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.